You've heard of the alpha male, the beta male, and maybe even the sigma male. But what type of personality are the majority of men, the average Joe? Well, that is a delta male. But what attributes does the delta male have? Are you in fact a delta male? Keep listening as we learn what characteristic features make up the personality of the majority of the men out there. Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Aziz. I'm a psychology graduate of Cambridge University and also a medical doctor. In this video, we'll be continuing our series on the different male personality types. First off, where did the designation of delta male even come from? The answer is the socio-sexual hierarchy. According to its creator, Vox Day, socio-sexual hierarchy is a system for categorizing how men and boys relate to one another, what you are, how you behave, and what your natural inclinations are likely to be. Men are divided into 6 ranks or archetypes within the hierarchy. These ranks are alpha, beta, delta, gamma, omega, and sigma. Every rank has its own distinguishing traits and characteristics, and in this video we're going to specifically examine the delta male archetype. Number 1. Introverted. Because a delta is introverted, this may make them quiet and reserved. While they may appear uninterested, they are actually analyzing things internally. They will speak up when they feel they have something important to say based upon their analysis. In addition, being an introvert also means that deltas can tend to be alone. While they may participate in larger social interactions at times, they will need time afterwards to decompress. More importantly, they may find it hard to make friends. This is because, as introverts, they may have difficulty expressing what's going on in their brain. In addition, they may not speak up because they do not like to draw attention to themselves. Don't be mistaken, a delta male knows what he wants, he just doesn't let ego get in the way. Number 2. Average looking or unattractive. The delta male is typically either average looking or below average in terms of physical appearance. Again, we know this. The average Joe, the kind of guy that makes up the majority of the male population, is average looking. Otherwise, they wouldn't be known as average. As much as we like to pretend looks do not play an important part of life, the reality is that they do. The formative years, the school years where self-esteem and bullying to do with looks can shape someone's self-esteem for the rest of their lives. This invariably can lead to some of the other personality traits attributed to delta males. Number 3. Mysterious or secretive. As mentioned earlier, deltas can be secretive. This tends to be connected to being introverted. Often, deltas have been described as having a wall around them. Actually, this could be attributed to his mistrust of others. He's not going to let his guard down until he knows you better and can trust you. Until then, he will withhold information about himself. Even once he knows you, a delta male may still not share his deepest fears or insecurities. They guard their privacy. Number 4. Low self-esteem. Often, a man becomes a delta over time due to some bad prior experiences, as mentioned previously. They have either been hurt or rejected, so they shut themselves off and keep their heads down. This may lead a delta to shy away from romantic interests due to fear of rejection. As for work, a delta is not a ladder climber, therefore he will not go after promotions for the same reason. Moreover, a delta does not seek praise. Instead, he takes pride in having accomplished the task. Number 5. No desire to lead. It is not that the delta male has no leadership skills, they just don't have a desire to lead. Because they value getting the job done, they will work as hard as others to accomplish the task. Deltas tend to be secretive, which could be averse to a healthy relationship. Because they have no drive to be praised, their nose to the grind and do the things needed for the team to be successful. In fact, he loves having less responsibility. With decreased responsibility, he can focus more on the things he is actually responsible for. Number 6. Hopeless romantic. Even though a delta male may not aggressively pursue romantic interests, he still believes that he will find true love. He believes all that hard work would pay off and he will be seen as a great provider and somebody deeply committed. Just do not expect overly romantic gestures. Being introverted works against that. Instead, he will be loyal and reliable. Because he doesn't feel the need to assert himself, he will put his partner first. That's how he will show his romantic side, by being faithful and putting his partner first. Therefore, while they are romantic, it is a quieter display of romance, just like the delta is a quieter type of male. Number 7. Doesn't have to please alphas. Unlike betas, a delta doesn't feel the need to please an alpha. Along the same lines, he doesn't feel the need to become an alpha. He's secure in his place in the hierarchy. Whereas an alpha pays close attention to the rules of the game so that they can advance, a delta does not care about society's rules. A delta doesn't doesn't live to please others. He's a lone wolf in this regard. Society's rules are beneficial to him as long as he can get the job done. Number 8. Non-competitive. For the Delta, position does not matter. Often he has resigned himself to his current position. Therefore, they will not compete for a higher or better position. Also, being introverted and having low self-esteem will curb any aggressive, competitive nature within a Delta. Another reason for Deltas being non-competitive is that they tend to be passive in relation to others. This can be seen in the lack of participation in sporting activities or other competitions. Number 9. Desire or respect. A Delta male desires to be respected for the job that they can do. They take pride in their competence and want to see that competence acknowledged. Any hierarchy that does not respect a Delta for a job well done will need to be reconsidered. Unfortunately, because of low self-esteem, being non-competitive may cause Deltas to be overused by others in the hierarchy, which may lead to resentment. Number 10. Can move up or down the hierarchy. A Delta's place in the social hierarchy is determined by the Delta. They can move up or down in social status. For example, a Delta male can become a Beta male if he applies himself more. They do not want to stand out at work. Instead, they want to get the job done and go home. Most often, he is content and chooses not to promote himself. Unfortunately, because of low self-esteem, a Delta can also slide downwards within the hierarchy. This often happens if the Delta experiences more tragedies. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Do you think that you're a Delta male? Have you moved from one personality type to another? If you haven't already done so, make sure to watch these other animated summaries on the different personality types. Anyway, I hope you learned something useful and enjoyed this summary. If you want to keep learning about psychology, medicine, or life hacks, hit the like, subscribe, and notifications button. Any suggestions, comments, feel free to post below. Until next time, stay safe.